It's not over yet, but 35K in 7 days. And I consider that a success.
That is an amazing success. I mean, think about the average person. They're like 35,000 in a month would be amazing. In 7 days is really, really killer. Welcome back, everybody, to Making Money with AI. And, we like to highlight all kinds of ways that people are making money with AI, but we actually are making money with AI too. And today we want to highlight James. In one of his recent launches, he did over $35,000 in the last 7 days using the power of AI. So I'd love to hear this story, James. What exactly you did to make that $35,000.
So I'll just share my screen here. I'm involved in all kinds of different things online. Some of what I do is product creation. And in the last 7 days, a lot of these funds came from one launch. I launched a done-for-you product that we called Super Funnel. And I use ChatGPT for a lot of my back and forth with my customers. So for example, if I look over here, one that I did said, done for you webinar. So if we go to the top, I said, okay, make a headline and email for the below. Talk in an excited conversational tone. They have not seen something like this before. Write an email that the webinar is starting in less than 3 hours. This is about a completely done for you product. No need to worry about traffic, support, conversions, what to say or what to do. You don't want to miss this, and sign up. So I am cultivating the power of ChatGPT by saying, this is what I want conveyed. And you'll notice one thing that I did was I said, I want you to be excited. Mm-hmm. I want you to talk in a conversational tone. Why? Because that's how I like to talk to my people on my list. I like to not be too formal. So it says here, join the ultimate webinar in just 3 hours. And then as I go down, I read it and I said, okay, I like parts of this. So then I had another set of emails. Again, write an exciting email in a conversational tone that says this. And as I go through it, I say things like this, well, give me different headlines. So I didn't like this particular headline it gave me, so it gave me 10 more headlines. And I think in the end, I liked number 3. It said, hurry, 1 day left to access this training. I changed a couple words around. So I'm not taking this verbatim, but if I'm feeding it what I want it to say, it gets the core kind of structure down, typically with what I want to convey. I had another one. So it said, expiring tonight. And so you see, it's not that just one time that I'm writing something, I'm having back and forth with it. So I said, write an email explaining that this done for you offer expires tonight. It gave me it. Then I said, please give me variations on the subject. Rewrite it, but with more hype, like I'm talking to a friend, because I'm seeing what's coming at me, but I don't like how it's being conveyed. Mm-hmm. And then I said, rewrite it. I meant for it to rewrite the paragraphs, but it rewrote the headline. So I said, so I'm talking to it. And I said, no, the paragraphs, not the headlines. So I'm talking to it more and more like a person. Mm-hmm. And it's, again, changing this all up. Write another email that this is the final email and there's only 4 hours left. Spin that content into something new. So I'm saying, I like what you wrote there, but change it around a little bit more. So I'm seeing this and seeing this. And again, what I'll do for me personally at this stage, I'll take this and I'll drop it into my autoresponder. And then I'll say, okay, James here, instead of, hey, so-and-so. And I'm rewriting probably 50, 60% of this. But a lot of times the flow of what I want conveyed is here already. So it's a super, super time saver to me. Also, I'm not necessarily the best with punctuation. I'm not necessarily the best with not making run-on sentences, etc. So when it's already here and it's tight in terms of the copy, I still make it mine. But I'm just changing a few things around rather than, well, let me just kind of write this off the cuff. It might not have the structure I want. And so it's really helped me. And how much of my sales came directly from ChatGPT, I don't know, but it made me get those emails out a lot quicker. And it's really effective copywriting, in my opinion. So I just want to give a specific example of how I use AI, in this case, to a webinar that generated roughly 35K. It's not over yet, but 35K in 7 days. And I consider that a success.
That is an amazing success. I mean, think about the average person. They're like 35,000 in a month would be amazing. In 7 days is really, really killer. And so, yeah, I love the way that you use it as a base foundation to fill out your emails and to do them fast, right? Because sometimes people get writer's block. They kind of get stuck. What do I say? I'm not sure how to convey this. So if all you do is give it the little guidelines and then let it run, and then it gives you that first draft, and then you go ahead and edit it. Then you've got the best of both worlds. You got this super machine working for you, and then you can make it yours.
The big thing for me is trying to make ChatGPT as close as I am to what I want conveyed. It's one thing when you go to ChatGPT to get specific information. That's great. Is it going to be a Monday or Tuesday 7 years from now on December 25th? It can do that all day long. But when it comes to things like this, nuances, that's where it gets to be a little fun. That be more aggressive here, be a little less salesy there. Act like this type of person, act like a sales professional here, or don't. Sometimes I say, like I said, act a little more conversational or act more like a beginner, because sometimes you don't want to come off too polished. So all of these different things you want to think about. And for me, with the people that follow me online, I really try and be conversational with my tone. But at the same time, when you have spelling mistakes, when your grammar looks bad, yeah, you might want to come off conversational, but that just looks bad, period. So this really takes away some of the areas that I have weaknesses in, along with having the strength that's there, and then I'm changing it around. So to me, that's worth so much, not just in time saving, but in being more pinpointed, more like a scalpel as a surgeon, that I'm trying to hit something over the head with a hammer. And that's really what this is helping me do. So the important point I want to make, Dave, with this is, it's not just about taking what's given to you by ChatGPT. Use it as something and then cultivate it a little bit. Just take that extra time, 2 or 3 extra interactions with it to then get what you want, rather than getting frustrated that, oh, I put in this message, it didn't give me what I want. Well, talk to it some more. Just like when you have a conversation, Dave, you might say to me, James, I didn't really get that. Or can you explain that more? Act the same way with this, and then you're going to get 10 times the results.
That's awesome. Great tips for ChatGPT, especially thinking of it as a conversation instead of just like a search engine, that kind of thing. What do you all think? Would you like us to keep sharing things that we're doing to make money with AI? Because we are using AI to make money all the time. Let us know in the comments if you like this. If you like some of our other content, we'd love to know what you like from our channel, and we'd love to provide more of that for you as well. And as always, make sure to get those free gifts that we have down in the description box below. We'll see you next time on Making Money with AI.